Hello everyone, this is Genesis. This is a video about Dissension. I'm doing an update, let you guys know where I am at the progress with this thing. I was live streaming this a little bit, but so I got to this really tedious, boring part and bothered not to stream this part. I am now ready to start simulating the AI on the map. I want to show you what I have so far. I think some of this will be fairly quick and also maybe a little exciting. So what you're looking at right now is if you just host a game up at Dissension, everyone joins in the lobby and the game boots up. The players kind of get to this screen. And the admin, or the person who's hosting, gets a completely different screen. So I'm going to show you what that is. This is kind of a feature that is going to make it much easier to get this compatible with mods. So I'm going to show you what I mean. It does take a little bit of work. This is something you can do also on your own time as well. You don't have to do it on a server or something like that. So everyone's going to see that wait to start screen, where they'll be sitting there twiddling their thumbs until the admin or server owner or whatever's going on sets this menu up. So this is a custom UI menu. We're still work in progress, but it is feature complete, which means that the visuals may be updated, but it is mostly feature complete as everything now works. So what you have up here is Dissension pulls every unit from whatever mods you're running or whatever the game is. It pulls every unit. It tries to do its best to classify them into different categories. The left box here is everything that is just in the game, from Blue 4 up 4 to Resistance. I'm thinking I'll probably need to add in civilian, as I just remembered that. So I'll probably have to add in civilian here. I didn't even consider that yet, but that'll come in later. Civilians aren't even playing a role quite yet. So here we go. So we have all these units here. And you can see it's sorts into infantry, land vehicles, aircraft, watercraft, autonomous, and static are the categories right now. You can see as you click on them, you get a little picture to give you a little idea of what they look like. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then as you go through, you can set for the vehicles. If you go for the watercraft, now if any mod is set up correctly at all, these should all work flawlessly. If a mod is really screwed up, then I can't help you. So you can see all the vehicles are here for each side. It is its best to sort them and bring all the vehicles in that you may run into or want to use. Okay, then on the right hand side, if you first boot up Dissension, it tries to make its best guess of what you want for the infantry. I say best guess because this is where it gets really complicated. Before, for Dissension, what you wanted to spawn in the game, I went through and picked by hand. But now it's a sorting algorithm that tries to do its best to figure out where the units are. So it tries, you can see it's a lot more complex. From this list on the left, it tries to decide, well, from this whole list of infantry, for Blue 4, which ones are light, which ones are advanced infantry, which ones are medical infantry, and so forth, right? So this is where you can have unit presets set up right here. You can see this is the original unit preset. This is the one that it took its best guess at. Okay, you can kind of see that here. So I can go through this and go, well, let's take a look. Maybe I'm on Tanoa. Who do I want to have for Blue 4 have their light infantry be? I can go through this list and go, you know what, Alexis Couris, yeah, I don't want you spawning, I'm going to get rid of you. So you remove it. You can kind of go through this, am I okay with all these different uniforms? Yeah, who do I want from the unit commander to be using? I don't want them to use this guy or that guy. I want to go, this is Tanoa, so I want everyone with a more jungle looking assault diver. Now let's get rid of those assault divers. That doesn't make much sense, right? Jeez, let's see. CBRN specialist. No, don't want that. Crewman. No, don't want those. Diver explosive specialist. No, don't want those. So you can kind of go through here and really customize it. Or you're like, you know, I just want to make one from scratch entirely. You could just remove the entire category. You can go through here and just remove entire categories. Then you can come over here and be like, okay, so for light infantry, this is Tanoa. Oh man, this is going to be a pain in the butt to search. I'll just go ahead and I built in a custom search feature. So it tries to do its best when you type in rifleman. It tries to find what in that category lines up has the word rifleman in it, and it pulls it up. So now I can more easily go, well, it's Tanoa, so I want, well, this is light infantry, light AT. Put him in there to spawn, and so on and so forth. So you can just kind of add in whoever you want. And a little feature you can do, this is going to be something for people who get to know the system much better. Say you want this rifleman to spawn a lot more commonly than the light AT. You just add it in there a couple times. It's going to be generating, the AI algorithm will be generating the cost of each of these independently, but if you want these units to be more commonly spawned, then you just add in more of that type of unit right now. It's going to be the most straightforward way to do it, besides having a bunch of sliders and bars over here to edit. And you can go back here, you can delete this, and it kind of completely resets the list, sorts it right. And I can do combat lifesavers, and I can even make custom medical units. Like I just want this unit, then great. Or if I want the combat lifesavers or whatever to be this unit, then great. And I can do the advanced infantry, and these ones where you can get probably, you know, kind of creative. And it goes the same for vehicles as well. So you can see there might be some errors, like in the, well, static AA doesn't have anything in here. So let's go ahead and close the infantry tab. Let's go to the static in here, and you can see, oh, there's a bunch of static weapons in here. I have AA up here, so it's pulling those up. Let's just go ahead and add these all in. See, the UI is pretty flexible. It keeps the current list selected, as so. And then also, if you delete them, it just keeps the next one selected. It has smart selection going on here. All these little quality of life things. Okay, so we're going to pretend this is a list that you want for some reason, and you're okay with everything in here. And you go through a lot before you go through resistance. So you can see this takes some time, so you probably want to get this set up before anyone starts playing. It depends on the map and everything, on the mod. You're going to spend probably quite a bit of time in this menu. So I try to make it as easy as possible on either side to search for exactly what you want. This is probably about as easy as I can make it overall. So it's all on this list. Say this is the list that we want. I'm going to come over here and we want to save this preset. It's going to pop up and enter a name. I'm going to do Tanoa preset. I can hit submit. And you can see now it pops up in this preset here. Now I can flip back and forth between these two presets. And you can see an advanced infantry, here's medical infantry. The Tanoa preset, if I flip back to the original one that I had, you can see that it's got a different setup. So you can quickly flip back and forth between presets as well. This gets saved to the server's profile namespace, so it is there permanently. Or you could come in here, say I don't want the original one anymore. I can hit delete preset. It'll tell me, hey, delete. If you want to delete this, you have to type in the word delete. Hit delete, and now it is gone. Unit preset 2. And then you can kind of save these as many times as you want. And you can see, in case you want to like make backups, or I am thinking of something stupid. You can type as much as you want in there, but you know, there's also a limit to how much will be displayed on the screen. Actually, let's test that. Yeah, there's a limit to how much will be displayed on the screen. But if you want to, it tells you up here what it's selected, so you can do something really stupid if you want. So there you go. So that's the basic selection screen. You pick which preset you want for the game, then you hit continue, and then it loads in the game. Now, of course, there's some bugs I have to fix. Now, when you get into the map, you can see immediately that the map is looking much, much, much different. So we have here the maps in the world, and the objectives are all a lot more dynamically generated. They try to fit to the town better. So before, the circles that you're seeing were generated just around where the word was. Now it tries to fit the circle around the buildings. It tries to get an average of the buildings, right? You can see, and the bigger the circle, that means the more interable buildings there are in the town. So Georgetown is massive. And this one down here for Tanoa is massive as well. And you're kind of noticing when I'm highlighting these, you can see that it pops up with some information. So again, this is a smart system. This is actually Sully's idea. As I drag over, well, as you can see as I'm selecting this, and as I drag too far to the left side of the screen, it flips over to the other side, so you can make sure you can read it. And same with the bottom. It flips up. So it tries to make it as just easy as possible. So this system gives you some basic information about the town, and will let you know in the future more interesting as you scout and all these things, and you find certain vehicles in towns, the notes section will tell you that. So we have Georgetown here. You go to the resource tab. It has manpower. If we capture this, 514 manpower, it gives us 206 steel, 171 fuel, and 514 income, which is like whatever cash you want to use, money, per whatever tick. And that will be more information counting down, right? And then notes, so you have defensive strength is 0, trade cargo is 0, and there'll be a bunch more notes that can be potentially possible in that, right? So this gives you a quick overview of the town. Maybe helps you pick which towns you want to focus on capturing. Under the notes section can be all sorts of different types of things. Noticing the enemy presence and stuff like that will be very important. Okay, but say you want to zoom in close. As you zoom in closer, you can tell that this actually all goes away. So if in case you're really zoomed in, you're looking around the town, you won't be bothered by that UI. If you zoom further out, it pops back up. As you zoom in, it goes away. So you can kind of see, now you can kind of just look around without having to be bothered by the UI. So that's a really quick feel that you can get from Dissension so far. And the next step from here, one is just ironing out those bugs, and then two, starting to work on the Commander AI. And that I will probably be making more videos on. So that's all I have for this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.